Hi, Merry Christmas. Let me see. I started looking at this YAML OpenAPI specification and quickly found some things that I want to comment with you and to help you go forward. Uh, okay, let me see. The first thing is that the correct spelling of coreBOS is lowercase and uppercase. Okay, lowercase C-O-R-E and capital B-O-S. Okay, so wherever you kind of find that, have a look and change that. Okay. The next big thing that I found was that this authentication and the try and the fill example stuff. I would really like this to work. I mean that's super important. So anyway, I had a try and I was looking at some of the documentation. I don't know if it's actually possible or easy to do, but anyway, I'll share that with you. Another thing, first, these definitions look good. I mean, more or less that is correct. It would be nice to kind of keep the capitalization. Like here you have a capital C, while all of the other ones are lowercase. Kind of make them all capital letters to start with, or all lowercase, but kind of just to keep the consistency there. And then this summary here is broken. I mean, you start saying here that validate the user access in the web service interface. You need the get challenge. Now we have the challenge token. We can proceed, but then you say here that the verification can be constructed in two ways, but you don't explain how those two ways are. I understand that it's kind of complicated because it's a long description, so I was going to propose that we actually do something like this. Validate the user access in the web service interface. Okay, so we do one sentence in all of them, one sentence that kind of describes the purpose of the endpoint, what it's for, and then we add here more information link, which points to the wiki where we have all of the information, where we describe the whole process. So if anybody really needs to get more information, they just this kind of more information, and we link there. So now if I reload this page, it looks like this, where we say validate the user access and the web service information and more information, obviously well written, and that will take you to the login page where everybody can read about all of the information. And we kind of follow that same process everywhere. I mean, get challenge is okay. Get a challenge string to encode the password for login. This one doesn't really even need, I mean, this is perfect. This one doesn't even need to go, to more information. But retrieving records, get all the values a user has access to an existing record in the application. Given a web service a record ID, this service will return an array with all the fields, all reference type fields. Okay, this one is good. I mean, the description is there, but we could actually just short it to the first sentence and add the more information link here to the that's probably the method reference and the retrieve, where they can get full explanation with some more parameters. So you kind of just put the more information, and we don't have to re-explain the whole thing here. So I think that would be the right way to go. Kind of make the summary kind of just one sentence and a more information link to the wiki. We kind of tie both things together. And then the next thing that I wanted to comment would be that the fields here and the try, but I'm going to leave that for last. First, I want to speak about the missing API calls. Here we actually, I think I counted about 45. But we actually have 75 endpoints. So here I'm going to show you in the coreBOS test repository we have a JMeter directory, and in this JMeter directory there's a web spreadsheet. This one, coreBOS Web Service Operations ODS. It's a spreadsheet that looks like this, where there's a list of all of the operations that we have in the web service endpoint, and there's 75 endpoints which should be documented. Then we have 2, 3, 4, 5 more here which can be ignored. Those are really specific to one use case and not really used anywhere. But we do have these 75 which need to be all documented. I don't know if all of them are on the wiki. They should be, and if they're not, we would have to make a list of those that are not in the wiki and actually write about them and make sure that they are. And all of these 75 must be here in this list. Okay, we have to put them all here. Okay, so that leaves us with 3 things that I said. Basically, coreBOS, wherever you find it, one sentence summary plus wiki link for more information. List all of the web service endpoints. I will share this link and this quick list that I'm doing here with you, so you can actually see that. Where is this? Put the whole thing for you. Okay, I'll get it someday. Okay, that should work. And last, the try. Let's see. I did some tests here trying to get some things working without too much success. Here in the get challenge, okay, first I understand that somehow we need to add here, where is this get challenge thing here? Get challenge here. Okay, we have to add here in the parameter list. Here in the parameters list we have to add the operation, which is actually very interesting. It's a string, it's in the query, it's a get challenge. It's a hard-coded value. Okay, I'll get that. It's required true, and that's it, required true, query. Okay, so if I do this, okay, I basically added another parameter here. This looks correct because actually the call is with operation equals get challenge and username with whatever username you want to send. Okay, so it's a good idea actually to have this operation here, to make it explicit, and for the people reading the file to understand that this is actually a parameter that has to be sent. The same will happen with create, where we will have to add another parameter here, which will be the operation create, and the session ID, because the session ID is mandatory for this create, for all of the ones that are not, well, all those that have to be logged in. Okay, so now here if I call this, we're going to call coreBOS spike API, which I don't think exists at all. So we have to, this doesn't exist, so we have to change that. I would propose we put the demo, which is, if I remember correctly, demo.coreBOS.com/webservice.php. Okay, that will make this better, in the sense that, okay, now we're calling this. If I would like this fill example to work. I don't know how that works, but I would like to be able to click here and automatically get this filled in like this, for example. Those two values are nice. Then the try here, as you can see, it's saying that I need an authorization. If we look at the call, it's http demo and we have a slash here, get challenge. That is breaking the call. If we make this call directly here in the browser without this slash get challenge, it actually says the same thing. Operation get challenge username admin given user could not be found. Because it's user name. Okay, so the parameter is wrong. Wherever you got this username parameter from, it's wrong. It's a lowercase n. Anyway, even if we do that, well, let me try, but I suppose it's still wrong because we have an extra slash get challenge there, which is wrong. Where's the parameter thing here? Here, user name. Okay, let's reload this. Get challenge admin, try. Ah, wow, and it works. Okay, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Okay, so this is what I want. I want this to be able to work actually like this. I don't like this get challenge, this slash extra slash get challenge. If we can get rid of that, it would be very interesting. Not sure if it's possible because it's actually this part here, but the call should be without that slash get challenge, and the response is correct. Okay, now we should have I should be able to get this token out. Yeah, that was something else I read up here. Here you say in the login, you say codified password to login with. It must be the MD5 of the concatenation of user access key and challenge token. That's wrong. It's the reverse. It's the concatenation of the challenge token and the user access key. I mean, I don't know if you got that from here. Hopefully not, because if not, it's wrong. Where's this one here? The get challenge, and then the login says parameter user name without capital, lowercase, token plus password, or MD5 of the token and the access key. Okay, so be very careful with those things. I mean, this sentence here makes me believe that I should be concatenating the access key and the challenge token and get the MD5. That's wrong. It's the challenge token and then the access key. Okay, so be careful that you read carefully and you try these things and make sure they're working. It's not just about documenting. I want you to learn and understand how the API works and what it does and what it gets back and all of that stuff. So I mean, I want you to really kind of dig into it, and if you have questions, you ask me, and we go over them and we try to make it better. If we find an error in any of these endpoints, we fix it. If there's documentation missing in the wiki about one of these, we add it. I mean, I want you to really make it really a nice experience for newcomers to be able to understand how the web service API works. Okay, so dig in a little bit more to these things, get some of these details here that I have, make sure we have all of the endpoints in here, and keep on going. It's looking very good. Thanks.